Good morning once again, guys. Going to hit you up with the highly requested NFC East, and this conference right here is probably the hardest out of all the conferences when you look at what the heck is going to happen here. I'm going to dive right into it because number 4 is just an absolute nightmare. It's a wreck that you want to look away from, but you can't help but keep looking to see what's going to happen next. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. 2 years ago, you all knew them as the dream team. Last year, what was it that Vic called them? They could be a dynasty. This year, I think everybody shut their traps. I think Chip Kelly's got a good hold on as a new head coach from Oregon. I think he's got a good hold on him. Last year they went 4-12. Don't look for him to get better. You know, you didn't have key losses because your team was that horrible. Yeah, you've lost Rogers Cromartie. Yeah, you lost Nomney, but at 4-12, that team was an absolute. There was no chemistry with them. I don't know what was going on, but hopefully, this will take care of everything, and they can start to get that ship right. The fans in Philly deserve better, and hopefully Chip Kelly and that organization can start to get them right on the right track. Your first round pick, you're picking high, number 4. Tells you what type of season you had, and I think you're taking offensive tackle Eric Fisher out of Central Michigan because you got to have somebody that can protect your quarterback. Notice I didn't say Mike Vick. I said your quarterback because I don't think Mike Vick's going to be your quarterback come the end of the season. Yes, he restructured his deal for just 1 year for $10 million. Great for them. You know, I really think that at the second round they may take a quarterback, maybe the kid out of Syracuse, maybe somebody like that to see if they can build a franchise off of him. I don't know what's wrong with Nick Folks. I thought he did fine as a rookie last year. He's not. He didn't. His name wasn't Luck. His name was RG3, and his name wasn't Wilson. And that's the problem with these rookie quarterbacks from last year. They're going to be compared to those 3 outstanding young players. Really, you didn't sign any major names. Like I said, you released a lot of people to include Colin Jenkins. I believe he went to the division rival Giants as well. I mean, it was just there was a lot of moving parts, and it was mainly people leaving. Again, I'm not going to put them down as key losses because 4-12, and you didn't have a number 1 defense. You didn't have a number 1 offense. It was a really rough year for Philly, and hopefully you guys can get on track. Like I said, I do like the re-signing of Vic at a cheaper price, a lot cheaper price. But again, I don't think it's going to help. I don't think Vic will be. I think he'll be there, but I don't think he'll be your starter at the end of the season. All right, selections 3 through 1. You could basically just put them all up, throw them in the air, and whichever one you pick up could be 3, 2, 1 at this point. For right now, I got the New York Giants at number 3, and they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They didn't make the playoffs last year. Has Tom Coughlin kind of come to a peak? I don't think he has. I think he's going to be more motivated now to get these guys back on track. You know, after a Super Bowl win, what happens? Everybody's on TV, Saturday Night Live, David Letterman, Leno, all these other places, and they're doing all this media, and they're doing all this hype, going to the White House, all these things, and it takes away from what got you there. You got too many public responsibilities, too many public commitments to focus on really going after a Super Bowl again until usually it's too late. They did finish 9-7, above a 500 record, so that's great. And they could be back in the playoffs. They could be number 2. Like I said, they could be number 1. A lot of it, you know, you're just going to have to look and just kind of sit back, wait and see. You did lose Umenyiora this offseason. He went to the Falcons. You lost Bradshaw. I think he's still a free agent talking with some different teams. And I did like the fact that you signed Colin Jenkins again from the late mentioned there Eagles. I think he's going to enjoy hitting Vic, honestly. Also, last year, the big key thing was you guys got young talent in the draft, and it really started to come out at the end of the season with things like Russell Wilson at running back, Ruben Randall at wide receiver. I think these guys are really going to help you in the long run, and I think that they could even start to pay off this year as early as. So right now I got them at 3, but like I said, these next 3 teams, it's kind of a shuffling match because you just don't know what the teams are going to bring. First round pick, you're sitting there at number 19. I think you get the free safety out of Florida, Matt Elam. And that's about all I really have for the Giants right now. Number 2, and again, this is, a lot of people are going to be like, no, these teams are 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, let's get the comments started. Let's get talking about this. This is the stuff I like to talk about. Football with people who know what's going on. Number 2 right now, and I'm looking at them right now. Right now, I'm looking at them, and I'm going back and forth. And I'm going to say Redskins. Just changed my mind right then and there. That's crazy. And, in case you didn't catch it, D'Angelo Hall was released, but he just got re-signed a couple days ago, so that's a big win for you guys. Also, Mike Shanahan, offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, that is a dynamic duo right there. Last year you went 10-6. Now we're hitting the part that I want to talk about, the key loss to this team. I know what you're thinking. Who is it? What is it? Where did they go? They didn't go anywhere. It's RG3's legs. That's the second surgery on his knees, and as a person with knee surgery, I can tell you it's hard to bounce back, and to bounce back from 2 of them, I know I've heard the reports, it's superhuman recovery, everything else. Yeah, I'm sure it is, until he gets a defensive end barreling down on him and cracks him one good time. And I think you can't make him change his playing style. RG3 has, that's the problem. A pocket passer is a pocket passer. A scrambler is a scrambler. He's a scrambler with a super good arm, but I don't think he can ever be a pocket passer. And I think that's why, in all honesty, my opinion, I love to watch him play. He's exciting, but unless they can change his style, which I don't think you can, 5 years, his knees are done. His legs are done. I think his knees are already done. I think his body's done. I think his career is going to be, he's going to be fighting to hold on to his career. First round pick, you don't have any. That was due to the RG3 trade pick last year with St. Louis. So that's going to hurt you as well. You did a great job 2 years ago bringing in all these free agents and stuff. You brought in the young rookie quarterback who's outstanding. And like I said, these guys could be 3rd, they could be 1st. It's all going to be on RG3's legs. And, Shanahan, he's going to have the common sense to say, hey, look, we're up in a game. I'm pulling you. We got Kirk Cousins. He can go in there and play. Or we got Pat White. He was another great signing because he's an RG3 type player, especially since the pistol's going. So I think that'll be great for you. So that puts us at number 1. And a lot of people are going to go, you're out of your mind. Cowboys. You didn't have any major losses. Maybe a GM, but you haven't had that, and I think that's the one thing that hurts Dallas. You've got Jerry Jones up there doing the presidential everything thing. Well, that makes sense. But he's the spearhead of everything, and I think you need to bring in a good GM and let that GM run the team. Let the owner be the owner, let the GM be the GM. And you'll never have that with Jerry Jones, and that's the biggest thing. But I still think this division has enough question marks that you can finish 1st. We don't know what's going on with the Giants. We don't know what's going on with RG3 legs. We know what's going on with the Eagles, and everybody's just like, 4th place is solid. It's taken care of. And again, we don't know what's going on with the Cowboys, but they got that talent. I like Jason Garrett as a head coach. A lot of people don't like him as a head coach. There's just, I think he's developing, and I do respect Jerry Jones for standing behind his head coach. I think that's great. Here's the downside for Cowboys fans. If you look at your owners and your head people and everything else, you got Jerry Jones as the owner, and unfortunately, at executive vice president / chief sales of marketing officer, there's a name right there again. Jerry Jones Jr. Is he going to be a smarter person when he takes over for his old man? I don't know. I hope so for the Cowboys state, because you all know he's going to take over. It's just a matter of time. Their first round pick, I got them at number 18, and I got 2 picks they could go after. An offensive tackle would be great to help protect Romo. Because they don't have an offensive line really, and I like the kid out of Florida State, Watson. And if they go on the defensive side, I got a defensive end, Mingo. So it's one of those things that could be either one of those players. You didn't pick up a lot of people, you didn't get rid of a lot of people, and I do like that. I like a team with a little bit of stability. The other thing I do like about the Cowboys is that you guys are going out there and you're sticking with your coaching staff. I think you got to have a core coaching staff, and I think you got to keep them together. Yeah, possible key loss, Rex Ryan. I don't think it was, because he makes the defense too tough, too hard to understand. It's too much for players to take in, and I think that's actually going to help you in the long run. So with the NFC East, like I say, those 3 teams, it could be Washington, Dallas, New York. It could be New York, Washington, Dallas, New York, Washington. I mean, those top 3 teams are going to be fun to watch, and I think it's going to come down to another Week 17 head-to-head matchup. One team's going to make the playoffs, win the division, and one team's going to be out, just like last year. It's a fun division to watch. If you haven't been paying attention to it, time to start, because I think you're going to see a lot of good things this year. Have a great day.